described as magnetic, glowing and cheerful, and much admired for her positive spirit through her adversity.
Aloha, everybody. It's such an honor to be here. I was told by others when I began my cancer journey at Wilcox Hospital in Kauai, Hawaii in the spring of 2019 that I would come to miss the nurses when I was done with treatment. My response was, yeah, right. Little did I know that my friend was right. I was diagnosed in the fall of 2016 with stage 3 breast cancer. I was living in Northern California at the time and ran a horse retreat center. My best friend of 19 years had died 1 year previously from leukemia, and I was one of her main caretakers for 22 months. When I was diagnosed, the prescribed route of treatment was chemo, surgery, and radiation, but due to the trauma around my best friend's death, I was petrified to do chemotherapy and chose an exclusive route of healing cancer naturally, which I did for 2.5 years. I was doing quite well until a very stressful incident occurred in my life and the cancer spread. I was forced to sell my horse retreat center, and I decided to move back home to Kauai, Hawaii, where my dad is from. I have a long line of Portuguese ancestors here in Kauai. This ended up being a very wise decision. When I arrived back home in Kauai, I was literally dying. I had cancer in my lungs, my liver, my spine, and my adrenal glands. I was walking with a cane because my left hip bone was breaking. I could not lay down to sleep for 2 months because I was coughing so bad. I had so much cancer in my lungs, and I was recommended to go into hospice. I was given a choice: face my fear of doing chemo or die. Due to the extreme trauma around my best friend's death, I was terrified to do chemo. But due to the loving care at Wilcox, they gave me space to make up my mind what I wanted to do. They were so proficient, so professional, that I decided to take a chance and do chemotherapy. And I can honestly say that the Aloha Spirit at Wilcox saved my life. I did 9 months of chemotherapy, and it was very, very difficult. I landed in the hospital twice and almost died a few times. 6 months into doing chemotherapy, I broke my left hip and had to have emergency double hip surgery. That was really hard. Again, all the staff at Wilcox was so wonderful, and they nursed me back to life again. I finished cancer treatment in February 2020 with the most wonderful news. I was in remission, and I had the blood of a healthy, normal person. And the cancer had retreated in all places in my body. And I've had clean blood tests ever since then. I am just so grateful to be alive. I think of myself as thriving with stage 4 breast cancer. And throughout this experience, I've learned how strong, vulnerable, and worthy of love I am. At times, I felt like I would be crushed by the experience, but I just kept going. My attitude is that every challenge is a gift for my growth. I continually dare myself to face my fears and use it for transformation. I would have never wished for cancer diagnosis, but I can honestly say cancer has made me appreciate life like never before. It has been an incredible gift to really understand the blessings in my life. For those of you who are on the cancer path, I know it is not easy. There are days that are simply horrible, and I encourage you to take one moment at a time. The more you surrender to whatever hardship you're facing, the quicker it will pass. I encourage you to find the beauty, find the joy, and surround yourself with whatever makes you happy, as you deserve it now more than ever. I want to remind you that you are so much stronger than you think you are. I know these are really tough times now with COVID-19. Going through cancer is hard enough, and having a pandemic on top of it is very difficult. I do believe that even in the midst of these crazy times, there is still so much to be grateful for. This part's a little difficult for me to share because I talk about my best friend's death. So, for those of you who have lost loved ones due to cancer, my heart goes out to you. I know how painful it is to lose somebody. The death of my best friend ripped my heart open, but it also taught me that loving someone, even if you lose them, is a precious gift. Mahalo for giving me the opportunity to share my story. It is an incredible honor. Mahalo to all the nurses and doctors who continue to treat me at Wilcox. Thank you for giving your heart as you do to all of us cancer patients. We may not tell you this, but all the love you give truly makes a difference. Mahalo for listening.
Thank you, Tara, for that inspiring story. Next is Dr. Christopher Tolkien, our amazing breast surgeon, again at the Women's Centers, specializing in oncology and plastic surgery.